Hey, Nathan Masters here from Brick System Brothers, and I have dug into my old boxes of old projects and found a spaceship to look at. This is an MOC, so no instructions here, not an official Lego set, but it has been a while since I built this, so maybe not the most advanced techniques here. Nothing really special actually stands out from this guy. I must have built this back a couple years after I got the General Grievous set, because that's where I would have gotten these nose pieces. And this kind of shape actually inspired the name that I came up with for this guy, the A-99 Cobra Starfighter. So I think it was supposed to fit into the Star Wars universe and be kind of like an alternate starfighter for the Jedi to use instead of those the interceptors, which I actually picked up those interceptors a little while after I built this. So maybe he got moved to the back of the fleet, but in any case, I did keep it together. This is actually the second iteration of this starship or spacecraft. I think I went back and I redid the windshield. I do have one picture of the old version, but it's really low quality, so I'll put it on. We'll look at it for a minute here. I just used these old gray 2x6 windshields. I had two of them from an old train set, and what that did is it gave it a really flat front end, you know, that big surface right there. So I think when I redesigned this, I wanted to take that away and add in this gentle slope, but I don't know. I think the original design kind of gave it more character, so I might have to try to reverse engineer that and go back. The other thing that I changed, besides the back end, was when I did get around to redesigning it, we had these spring-loaded pieces. And so I added these in just for fun. And yeah, these are actually pretty powerful little guns if you haven't used them. And what we get is a mechanism in here. You can load it from both sides, and then this end over here, once you push that down, it releases the lock and sends it off. So I put one of those on each side up under the nose here, and I think it fits really well. It's kind of hidden from the top and still easy to get to, but other than that, we've got some kind of rapid repeating cannons on each side, and just kind of a light starfighter in general. So that was kind of the design I wanted. Engines, we've got three. I did add some detail here with these megaphone pieces. I was trying to get some kind of like hyperdrive engine built into the back there. So that's probably what's taking up most of the space in here, is going to be that engine components and whatever we're using for propulsion. I've always liked using these rims. They have that kind of engine function look to them. So even in my old days of building. Alright, let's see how we can get a pilot in here. There's not really a ladder or anything to climb in, but the cockpit I was pretty proud of at the time because I had this studless method of connection where it's all just a friction fit. And so what I used is this construction windshield, and then you add one row of tiles on top, and that makes a perfect match with four horizontal studs. So this must have been 3 2/3 height windshield plus 1/3 of a tile equals 4 studs flat. And then that does kind of match up with the profile on the back to kind of give it that transition. But yeah, it is a little bit of a trick to get a minifigure in here. That was another thing I liked about the old design, was I actually had room for some computers and controls, and you didn't have to be really particular with the minifig. But now you almost have to like get it perfectly arranged. I don't think you can even sit all the way down. We have to make sure those hands are back far enough so that it doesn't get hit by the windshield on the way in. And then takes a little bit of convincing, but I think it does get down eventually. So yeah, maybe those controls are up there in the actual windshield piece, and that's kind of the only way you can get the arms up, but pretty good visibility. Not really anything in the back, but it's a highly maneuverable craft, so you can just spin it around and take care of business. And yeah, so that's about it for the A-99 Cobra Starfighter. Fun little MOC I did back several years ago, and it's kind of been on the shelf. Take it out every once in a while when Josh and I get our Star Wars stuff out and have our battles. But I did make quite a few Star Wars creations, and I've got pictures, but I haven't left a lot of them together. I guess this one stayed together over the years for a couple of reasons. Probably A, I didn't need the pieces back out for anything, which is probably the number one reason that I break down my MOCs is to reuse the pieces. And I mean, come on, that's Lego, you got to do that. And then the other reason would be it was one of my favorites, so yeah, there's some nostalgia attached to it now. Especially that older version. I really should get those windshields back on here and see what it looks like. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed my A-99 Cobra Starfighter, and we'll see you in the next video.